Well, it finally happened. What will soon be known as a landmark in human history. No, we didn't make contact with aliens, but even better, Facebook, or rather Facebook's parent company Meta, is finally dying. It's glorious, it's a bona fide chef's kiss moment. Like they're literally bleeding money. They are going crazy, everybody's selling the stock left and right and no one knows what to do. They're all panicking and good old Mark Zuckerberg is not happy. So just in case you didn't know, let me bring you up to speed. Over the past year, Meta's stock has been plummeting non-stop. As of the making of this video, its value has plummeted by more than 70%. 70. Can you believe that? To put that into perspective, Mark Zuckerberg's net worth in September 2021 was estimated to be around $142 billion. Fast forward to today, and your boy is sitting at a measly $34 billion. Imagine being 38 years old and only having $34 billion to your name. How did it all go so wrong? What happened? I'll tell you what happened. TikTok and Apple, that's where it all began. When Apple changed its ad policy, Apple went over to Mark and was like, you know what, we want 30% of Facebook's ad revenue. Yes, you heard that right, 30%. Naturally, this didn't sit well with Mark, who came out with a statement basically crying and complaining that Apple's policies hurt small businesses. That's right, he used small businesses as a shield, which is totally false. Well, Mark, this is what you get for selling people's private information for profit. What inspired you to sell your users' personal data? Money? Now, this wasn't the first slap in the face delivered by Apple to Facebook. Earlier on, Apple introduced a new privacy feature that prevents Facebook from tracking how well its ads are doing on iPhones. This was a move that cost Facebook billions of dollars, according to Facebook themselves. But Apple isn't the only one gunning for Meta. I'm not sure if you've heard of TikTok. You know, it's this cool little video sharing app that's been growing in popularity for a while now. TikTok has been mopping the floor with Facebook in terms of number of downloads, user retention, ad revenue, you name it. In fact, Facebook has even begun doing the unthinkable. They are now officially copying TikTok by planning to turn their app into a more visual and video-heavy experience. I don't know about you, but if that doesn't scream intellectual bankruptcy, I don't know what does. Apple and TikTok are not solely to blame for Meta's shortcomings. In fact, what makes this so freaking hilarious is that clever Mark did this to himself by investing in some questionable venues. And no, we're not talking about the $1 billion purchase of Instagram or the $16 billion purchase of WhatsApp, we're talking about the one and only metaverse. Ever since its launch, the metaverse has been insanely successful in wasting tens of billions of dollars. Mark thought that dumping this much cash into a glorified carbon copy of VR chat would actually pay off. If you're one of the lucky ones who hasn't tried the metaverse, let me spare you the unfathomable boredom and just give it to you straight. It's a joke, and you're better off spending your money on lottery tickets. I mean, hell, you're better off giving it away to random strangers. In metaverse, you don't do anything. You walk around in this ugly virtual world that looks like it's from a horror game taking place in an abandoned Roblox server, and you meet other people. Mark and his team of highly qualified executives even thought that the metaverse would be their company's selling point. To give credit where credit it's due, his avatar does have more expressions than Mark himself. I would have given him a pass on that one if it wasn't for the fact that he already promised photorealistic avatars. I mean, I wouldn't exactly call this photorealistic, would you? Now, regarding the metaverse being a glorified walking simulator, that's technically not true, since you don't actually walk per se, you just sort of float. He heard the cries of the people, their pleas, Mark, give us something to do. Mark said, okay, maybe they'll add more stuff for you to do. Maybe they'll improve the graphics just a tiny bit. They were finally able to come up with something truly revolutionary. Funny enough, they added legs. Yes, you heard me, legs. You can now walk through their lame world with your own 2 feet at least. That's what they promised, because apparently the demo they showed was actually pre-rendered and they haven't implemented it yet. Just take a look at VR chat. It's mind-boggling how they're doubling down and just haven't ditched the whole thing yet. Mark still has a vision for a dystopian future. Jim Cramer has been gracious enough to share his valuable wisdom about the stock market. That's almost 7 months ago, talking about Meta's huge comeback, despite them hemorrhaging money like crazy after their stock began to decline. And here he is 5 months ago telling you to buy Meta stock like it's the secret formula. Jimmy Cramer wasn't the only expert making such bold claims. Many others also made similar predictions more than a year ago. Fast forward to today and comes the, I made a mistake and it's wrong. Facebook is not backing down just yet. I mean, it sort of makes sense, they're already balls deep into this mess. You might as well tough it out, and see how it goes. As for you, me and everyone else, all we can do is admire this glorious dumpster fire while it lasts. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like and subscribe to Trending Updates for more.